This is The Herd, wherever you may be and however you may be listening. Live in Los Angeles, iHeartRadio, Fox Sports Radio, and FS1. Veteran newsman John Goulet accompanies me today. If any breaking story happens, nothing like a French newsman to cut through the Twitter nonsense.
Trusted news source, right there.
Trusted news source, a veteran. He has covered lots of things of importance for years. Saquon Barkley's going to join me in about 5 minutes. Saquon Barkley's a running back for Penn State. Now, Joel Klatt came out and said, he's not really an every down back. I've said, I like Saquon Barkley, but I think he's more Reggie Bush. He's a home run hitter. I don't know. New York Giants need a lot of players. I don't know if I'd go Saquon Barkley. I definitely wouldn't make him a number one pick. I'd go quarterback if you don't have one. Saquon Barkley is in what we call the avocado room. He's all fired up. His agent's fired up. His friends are all fired up. They want a piece of me, so that's like 5 minutes away. Saquon Barkley's coming after me. Let me start the hour with this. Lonzo Ball had a really good night last night. He had a really good night last night. His shot's still kind of crazy to me, but he had a really good night. And his season is winding down. And last night was sort of the perfect night for Lonzo Ball. At times brilliant, but kind of inconsistent. And I want to take a deep breath because I know everybody loves all the Sixers young players, even though Joel Embiid didn't play for 2 years. Ben Simmons didn't play as a rookie, hurt. And Markelle Fultz finally debuted last night and hit the rim. And everybody's celebrating. Lonzo Ball's a young man. Played 1 year of college. There have been stages of Lonzo Ball. So let's just look in review at Lonzo Ball's rookie year. There have been 4 stages. The first stage was the introduction to Lonzo. He was the MVP of the Summer League. He was a high-profile UCLA star. Magic proclaimed one of the all-time greats. His dad is crazy. Oh, yeah, he couldn't shoot. In October, 33% from the floor. In November, 30% from the floor. Let's call that the introduction to Lonzo. A lot of hype. Great summer league. He can't shoot. Then there was the second stage, the improvement of Lonzo Ball. Oh, wait a minute. He's now shooting 42% in December. He's now shooting 38.5% from threes in December. Damn. 9 rebounds, 8, 7, 10 assists, 9, 8 every night. 12, 7, and 7 in December. He's officially a non-bust. That was the second stage. We were introduced to Lonzo, the improvement of Lonzo. Then the third stage was the injury to Lonzo. He came back briefly. Then got hurt in December, came back, got hurt in January. Not in real rhythm. Lakers struggled. That was the third stage. He's hurt, which actually didn't shock me. He not only hit a wall, it fell on him. And then the fourth stage, and last night's part of that, is the inconsistency of Lonzo Ball. Bad early, then he got better, then he got hurt, then he came back. And he was good for 6, and then bad for 9, and then he was really good last night. It's always been stages with Lonzo Ball. There's the introduction, the improvement, the injury, and then the inconsistency. But he is averaging a 10, a 7, and a 7. He is shooting 36% from the field and a 30% three-point shooter. He's a lousy free throw shooter, but so is Ben Simmons. Now, I don't think he's a B player in the NBA, but as a rookie, and they all hit a wall, and they all struggle to maintain for 6 months high levels of basketball and health, I would give him a B, maybe leaning B minus. He's going to be okay. He needs to get better shooting, and he will. And we knew that, and his body isn't great. He needs to get stronger, and we knew that. And he will. For these rookies, it's mostly stages. Lonzo's had 4. Last night was the perfect exclamation point on his 4th stage. There was the introduction, the improvement, the injury, and the inconsistency. And overall, I'd give him a B. He needs to get stronger, and he needs to improve his shot. But we knew that when he was drafted, didn't we? Well. The NFL draft is about a month away. And most people presume Sam Darnold will go number one. My opinion, he should. In the NFL, if you don't have a quarterback, get that right, and then worry about everything else. You got to get the quarterback right. As Jay Glazer always says, there's nothing more miserable in American sports than a football team that drives to games on Sunday knowing we don't have a franchise quarterback and the opponent does. So Cleveland's got the number one pick, and they got to get the quarterback right. Then it becomes a race to see what the New York Giants want to do. Let's bring on Saquon Barkley. His agent's mad at me. His friend is mad at me. Saquon is mad at me. This could get confrontational. How are you? Okay, I mean, let's be honest about this. You had 20 carries twice. I mean, the NFL's bigger, stronger. What about that criticism from Joel Klatt? You're not really an every down back.
Yeah, I saw that. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Sure.
And you got to respect his opinion. But I disagree. I do disagree with that statement. You look back on it, he said, I'm more Christian McCaffrey than I am Leonard Fournette.
By the way, Christian's pretty good.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. At the end of the day, both of those backs are great backs and had a successful rookie year. So even being compared to those two is a true good statement. But the way I look at it is, if you look back in our career, I had more career carries than Leonard Fournette. And Christian McCaffrey. Christian McCaffrey had more than Leonard Fournette coming into the NFL. So that statement I definitely do disagree with. And I play in an RPO system, a great system. Obviously,
Explain to the audience what the RPO is. You and I know it, but there'll be a percentage of our fans that don't know what the RPO is.
Yeah, RPO system, a run pass option system is, we have multiple options throughout the play.
Your quarterback yes. A really fun McSorley, he's a little bit like, he's a smaller Baker Mayfield, actually. He's got a little bit of that thing going on. A little cocky.
I want to say Baker Mayfield. Obviously, Baker Mayfield is a great football player and a great quarterback. But Trace McSorley is a Trace McSorley.
So he can give you the ball or not. It changes at the defensive scheme.
So what the defense gives you, depends what the defense gives you and how they attack you. And let's be honest, you watch film, a lot of defense, and you talk to any coach in the Big Ten that we played against, they try to take the ball out of my hand and try to stop me from beating them. So and that's just the nature of the game, and that comes with the position, that comes with the responsibility you have. And the reason why I didn't have so many carries in games, because some games would blow teams out. And if a defense is trying to take away me, and then you got Deshaun Hampton on the outside, Jawan Johnson on the outside. You got the best tight end in the draft, Mike Gesicki, best quarterback in college football last year, Trace McSorley. In my opinion, you have all those weapons around you that if you load a box and you're going to try to take away the run, we're just going to throw over your head and put up 40 points.
Yeah, you guys have had good receivers, too, last couple of years. Actually, Penn State for years and years was boring. The new Penn State is like, when I grew up as a kid, Penn State was boring.
Yeah.
Like Penn State now is throw the ball over the field, go deep, home run hitters at wide receiver, home run hitter. Okay, so here's another criticism. There were 3 games, you averaged about 3 yards a carry, and sometimes Penn State, can you literally go into the NFL and take on blockers 8 times a game, catch 6 passes, carry 22 times, you're great on kickoffs? Do you realize the beating in the NFL is just a different level of football?
Yes, I do. I understand that. And but I do understand that it's how you take care of your body and the approach you have. At the end of the day, if you don't take care of your body, I don't care if you're 230 pounds, I don't care if you're 185 pounds, if you don't take care of your body and put the effort in treating your body every single week, it's not going to go up with the season. It's not going to go. You're not going to be able to have a complete season. I don't care if you play quarterback. I don't play running back.
So you're pretty much body is your temple guy. Like you're a workout guy.
Yeah. I truly do believe in that. I truly do believe that the things you do in the days you do in the weight room translate to the football field, and you have to be in the training room most of the time, and not in a bad way, but taking care of your body, because especially at the running back position, if you talk to all the great backs that done it for 10 years plus, 8 years plus, the first thing they tell me is take care of your body, and some of them then learn that, understand that to their 3rd, 4th year. And I want to figure that out right now. I want to have that vet approach as a rookie coming in.
But you have a reputation as being a mature kid. Ezekiel Elliott's talented. Sometimes they struggle with maturity. That's okay. 19, 20, 21-year-old kids make mistakes. I was a goofball at 22. You grew up a Jets fan.
Yes, sir.
And now the Giants have the number 2 pick. When you went and interviewed, how many teams interviewed you?
5.
Okay, so most people know you're going to be gone real quick. Okay, who interviewed you?
I got interviewed from Giants, Jets, Buccaneers, 49ers, and the Broncos.
All the teams way up.
Yeah.
Did you
Good sign.
Did you have a feeling, it can be tricky, Saquon, did you have a feeling coming out of the interviews, like you turn to your manager, your agent, and say, that went well? Like, were the questions different for the Giants? Were they different from the Jets?
No. So the kind of what they wanted to see is talk about football. I did a really good job in surrounding myself with great people, and the people I surround myself with back home in Whitehall and in school of keeping me out of trouble. So I didn't really have any baggage. I didn't have to go, why this happened this night or that night. It was kind of real simple, getting to know me, know my family, and right to the drawing board. So a lot of people were really impressed with my combine performance, and my personal opinion, what you do in shorts and a shirt don't really translate to what you do with pads. So,
is there a running back? You do have a Reggie Bush quality where you're a home run hitter. You make people miss. I watched you play USC in the Rose Bowl, and your cutback was very Barry Sanders. You embarrass their safeties. You can't overplay on you. You tend to cut back very, very well. Is there a guy that you think you play like? Currently in the NFL, if you said, he's got a little bit of my game.
I would say that, I never tried to compare myself to one back, just the way I was raised. I try to be myself. I do respect the game and the position of the game. So I love the way Ezekiel Elliott runs. I love the way Todd Gurley runs and Le'Veon runs. So I kind of want to be a mixture of all three.
Le'Veon is the patient guy.
Patient, great
Zeke
hands
will
out of
run you
backfield,
over.
and Todd Gurley will go over you and beat you with speed. So I truly think with my athletic ability and God-given talent, and if I can continue to work and have that mindset and the mentality of trying to be the best and strive for greatness, I can take all three of their talents and add it to my game, and hopefully be able to put me as one of the best running backs in the league next year.
By the way, what if you go to the New York Giants and Odell Beckham is way out there? He's a superstar. And all of a sudden you come in and the Giants are like, we're going to give you 17 carries a game. You're the offense. And there's some pushback from Odell. Are you ready to go into an NFL locker room? How old are you?
21.
21 years old in New York and be like, it's my team. Are you ready for that? Because New York is a fishbowl, man.
Yeah.
The media is brutal. Talk radio is brutal. What if you go to the Giants and Odell's pushing back because you're getting 21 carries and he's getting nine looks?
Yeah, the way I view that, actually I've been able to have conversations with Odell and only can say great things about him and how he handled himself.
So you've talked to him?
Yes, I have, and how he works out. And the way I look is that going to New York and going to a team like that, I don't think we'll step on each other's toes at all. He's such an elite receiver, and in my opinion, one of the best in the game, and that wide receiving core and Eli Manning there, and God willing, if I'm able to have success that I had in college football at the running back position, I have to demand attention. But then you can't take too much attention away from Odell. So it's kind of like pick your poison. So if I'm able to have the success I had in college and surround myself with that wide receiving core and Eli Manning, who has 2 Super Bowl rings, I don't think it's stepping on anybody's toes. But I am willing to come in to a locker room and say, be a leader. Obviously, that's how I am. That's how.
Are you an outspoken guy?
I do it. I lead vocally.
Okay, because I like vocal guys.
Yeah.
I don't buy into this. I lead through actions. You have to talk.
Yeah, you
like
have to
I
talk.
like talkers.
Yeah. You have to talk, but you also have to lead by example, because you can't just talk about it and not live up to it outside of the facility or inside the facility when you're working out, or outside and just being an everyday person. If you're not handling yourself the right way, then you come in and you talk, it doesn't balance each other out. So I'm willing to be a leader, but I feel like with that team and that organization, I definitely don't feel like we'll step on each other's toes at all. He's a great player, and I want to be a great player, and I feel like you want to surround yourself with great people.
Okay, you're going to get the number 2 pick probably, and there's going to be so much money. They're going to bring a truck, and they're just going to drop hundies on you. How do I know that you're not going, oh, my God, where's Saquon? He is out tonight. Where's Saquon? You're going to be a millionaire. You're going to have millions of dollars. How do I know you can handle that?
I think the best way to answer that is
because, by the way, John Goulet we won't even pay him here. And the reason is we don't think he could handle it. Some guys can't handle it. Can you handle it?
Yes, sir. I know I can handle it. I think if you ask people and you speak to people about me, just the people I surround myself and the way I was brought up, my family. I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't have a lot of money growing up, and money is not why I play the game. I love the game. I'm passionate about the game, and I strive to be great. I don't want to just be average. Like, my dream is not to make it to the NFL draft. My dream is to be elite. My dream is to one day get a gold jacket.
Ooh, damn, I'd like to hear that. See, Goulet, if you had that kind of drive, we'd pay you. I like that answer.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
You want to be elite.
Yes, sir.
You remember your freshman year? Didn't you run for about 1,000 yards at Penn State your first year?
Yes, sir.
You walked on that campus. Didn't they have like a veteran running back and you became the star?
Yeah, we had a great back in Akill Lynch.
Yes.
Yeah, Akill Lynch, yeah.
And you walked in as a kid and you were like the dude. How did that go?
It wasn't like that. I walked in and had to work. I had to earn my spot. Even when I did have a little success beginning of the season, I didn't earn the starting job. I wasn't ready mentally. The physical traits I had, but the mental part, the pass blocking, picking up, and seeing defensive schemes and seeing safeties rotation and how to pick up on blitzes, I wasn't ready for that as a freshman. And even though when I was able to take the starting job over Kill, definitely got to give a hand to him because he handled that in such a mature way. He could have been standoffish and be like, I don't want to help this kid out, but he was on me every single step of the way. Like, he prepped me like I was a starter. He made sure I was ready to play every single game.
Did James Franklin recruit you?
Yes,
so
yes, sir.
You were his first big recruit. Was it his first or second year?
That was second year.
Okay, so you weren't. He's great. By the way, I love James Franklin. I see him like once every other year. Go text him today and tell him to get on the show. He comes out west and recruits occasionally.
Yeah.
We love him.
Yeah.
And I think you were pretty good today. You know, Joel Klatt. You can't. Joel Klatt. You can't listen to Klatt. I mean, I work with him. I barely listen to him. So this is Joel Klatt against Saquon Barkley. This is outrageous. Play this tape.
So I think that the narrative that Barkley is an every down, control the game back is a bit false. He was a home run hitter. This is not a control the game from the backfield back. He's an immense talent, but he's much more Christian McCaffrey than he is Leonard Fournette. Should Saquon Barkley or any running back be selected #1 overall in any NFL draft? Absolutely not. Man.
Does that make you mad?
Nah, I love that. I love that, actually.
You do?
Yeah, you have critics, and, you know, I don't view myself as a perfect prospect, and no one is a perfect prospect in this draft. And I love that. I love that he's able to say that. Like I said, everyone's entitled to own opinion. Just do I disagree? Yes. The best thing I can say is you can have your opinion, but put on tape and watch film. And I think if you watch film, I don't think it's a clear-cut decision. I'm the best player in the draft.
There we go. That was good. So where do you go from here?
Work out.
Today?
Yeah.
All right. Because there's a lot of things to do in L.A. Yeah. You don't have to work out. There's clubs, there's lounges, there's mountains, there's fun, there's beach, there's shopping. Why don't you give the kid a day off? I mean, seriously, he's like lifting weights all day. Why don't you give him a day off? His crew over there. Great meeting you, man.
Thank you.
Loved it. We've
Thank
got Christian Kirk and Saquon Barkley, and you can see the young players. You guys remind me of each other. All in, committed, driven by the right stuff. Fun. Coming up, Herd Hierarchy. We've never done this before, an off-season one, due to all the goofy moves in the NFL. And we're talking star players in their prime moving to teams like the Rams and the Eagles and the Texans. That's coming up. Spring has arrived. And for a lot of people in the spring, you clean out the garage, right? We understand that. How about you start with cleaning out the underwear drawer? For 3.5 years, I've been wearing Tommy John underwear, and I'm not a big underwear guy. It was introduced years ago. It doesn't shrink. It doesn't stretch. I still have some of the same pairs I had. And they're T-shirts. It's second skin, lightweight, revolutionary fabric. Tommy John is now, by the way, little secret, coming out with a new line. I can't give it away, but I talked to the CEO a couple of days ago. They're sending me some new stuff. I love this company. Tommy John, the best pair you'll ever wear, or it's free guarantee. Right now, get 20% off your first order. If you go to TommyJohn.com, code HERD, HERD, TommyJohn.com, code HERD. Smart fabrics, no bunching, no squishing, no riding up, socks, underwear, tees, TommyJohn.com, 20% off first order, code HERD.